Are you curious about how the fourth industrial revolution will impact you, your career, your organization? In this fifth part of a series of 6 videos, you'll hear about adapting to a world in accelerated change, its significance to your success as a professional, your organization, and the role that it will play in defining successful leaders and organizations this decade. Hello, I'm Rocky Scopoletti, futurologist, and welcome to this channel where we talk about everything to do with the fourth industrial revolution and equip you with the insights to create the confidence you need for your success this coming decade. So please do subscribe, like, and comment on the channel to keep up with the fascinating leaders I'll be interviewing and the insights I'll be sharing with you. This video is an interview I recently conducted with Christina, co-CEO of the SingularityU in Australia, on adapting to a world in accelerated change. These are her insights and experiences. Joining me today is Christina Gerakiteys, who is the co-CEO of the SingularityU here in Australia. So welcome, Christina.
Thank you.
So what do you think has happened in the third industrial revolution, perhaps, that homogenized the way we approach our work?
It's been accelerated.
Yeah.
Technology has allowed us to accelerate as well. So we've got all these tools.
Yeah.
And I also believe, so let me add in here as well, because things have gotten faster and faster and change has happened, and we've always had to adapt, from way back in caveman days. We've always had to adapt. We just had a little bit more time to adapt in. But if I look at also, so we've got the accelerated rate of technology and change that's happening in all the industries around tech, but we've also got the rise of, has yoga, mindfulness, meditation ever been more at the forefront than it is now as well? And wellness, we're considering our mental states, even that's been accelerated through the pandemic. What does wellness mean? How do we look after people? Who do I need to keep an eye on? As a manager, how do I make sure my people have got the mindset support that they need? There's another one, mindset. That's another thing that we need to talk about. But I do believe that that's been accelerated because if we don't learn to live in each moment and we don't learn to appreciate and breathe in each moment, we're not going to be able to take advantage of where we can take the progress and how we can deal with the accelerated change. So I see that as a convergence as well.
And it's one of the attributes really of exponential organizations, isn't it? The test and learn, the adapt. So just for those people who aren't familiar with exponential organizations and exponential thinking, share with us your perspectives on those two things.
So we used to have to tell everybody what an exponential graph was until COVID hit, and it's that sharp curve.
Everybody gets it.
Yeah, it's that sharp curve, and so it comes back to Moore's law. Moore's law was working on the transistor chips, and it used to double. So 2 went to 4, went to 8, went to 16. So there was this doubling. And that's basically what exponential is. It means that it's this accelerated change that happens faster because we can put 2 chips or 4 chips or 8 chips or 16 chips, together, and we can make things happen faster. We also need to be very mindful that as humans, we have a whole lot of needs. So part of our message at SU Australia is we live at the intersection of the value of technology with the values of humanity. So if you don't converge those things, then where are we going to be? We've found out that, working from home is fantastic under so many circumstances, but under other circumstances, I need face-to-face contact with people. I need to be able to, stroke oxytocin and touch people and do all of that. We've learnt a whole lot at an accelerated rate during COVID. But getting back to your question about exponential organisations, the ones that take the risk, and it is a calculated risk. You can do it taking a calculated risk. Steve Jobs actually did it by taking a certain group of people off-site, putting them in their own place and saying nobody talk to them. They were called the pirates. Nobody talk to them. they're the ones working on what we're going to get into next.
Yes.
And I think if you have that imagination and you look to science fiction, a lot, because that's where the stories begin. Oftentimes the stories begin, how did we end up on Mars? Someone went, hey, let's go to Mars. And people with amazing imaginations then go, well, how do we make this happen? And I think technology and the rate of connection amongst technology now and how we can connect people internationally, I mean, the reason that we had, whether you're a vaccine believer or a non-vaccine believer, we've had people come together to share as much knowledge as they can for the betterment of the planet. And we've seen that happen over this last period of time. So all that, the fastening pace, that rate of having things go quicker. So the testing and the iterating, getting back to exponential organizations. You want to do a new product, you want to really innovate, you need to do it quickly. And we can do it much more cheaply now. We talk about the 6 Ds, and you don't need to spend a whole lot of money to come up with a disruptive process now because we've got digital twinning. So some of our colleagues are working on mapping what having 1,000,000 drones in the sky is going to be like through Air Flight Simulator, and they're doing it through digital twinning with technology. So we don't actually have to put 1,000,000 drones up there to know whether they're going to crash into each other or not. We can simulate it. So
that's right.
There's many, I think it doesn't have to be expensive either anymore. So to build a website, to build a new product, if we iterate quickly, if we realize where we're going to fail, if we talk to as many people, if we crowdsource, there's so many different avenues available to people. And it used to be, Peter Diamandis says it used to be only kings and queens that could change the way things happen. They made the laws. Now everybody has potential to change. Lisa tells that story much better than I do, but it's that whole thing that change is available to each of us, and we can work with different communities, whether it's education, and boy, some of these places need a whole lot of work.
Christina, it's been wonderful talking to you, and let me just say a big thank you on behalf of many people that have been through the SingularityU programs here in Australia, and your passion and your contribution, I think, to change and adaption is really much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for all your futurism work. I think it's amazing. And thank you for Juvenescence. How impactful is that?
Thank you. I hope you found Christina's insights and experiences insightful and fascinating, a truly inspirational leader of change. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share this to anyone you feel will benefit from it. And please do leave comments below on any topics you want to explore in the emerging world of the Fourth Industrial Revolution.